Hey everybody, hope you're all doing well. Eh, that was a weird voice. What the hell? I don't know what's going on with my voice right now. So, before we get started, we're gonna go and see how my lottery tickets did. And then we're gonna get back to the drama. Hi, baby. Did that fix my voice at all? Not that great. No winner. No winner. No winner. New tickets. There. And now we get back to the trauma. Hope you're all doing well. Last time we were on the moon. Still not sure why this is a thing. We killed Zodiark, which is wild. Built up for 4 expansions and we killed him like not even halfway through. Which is crazy to me. And, yeah. Killing Zodiark may have been the biggest mistake possible to make. Hi, Rockhans. I didn't see you for a second. Oh yeah, now I'm looking for the dog. Still on the moon? Yeah, still on the moon for now. Oh wait, I have my own moon dog. Why do I need that moon dog? I am also eating breakfast still, so I might mute up in between runs. But I wanted to get started early. I want to get as much in as I can. Can I see the dog from here? No. I'm having some leftover pizza that's like borderline too old and should almost be thrown out. So I'm having it before it goes bad. Oh, hello. Oh, there you all are. But yeah, if you ever see that pop up, there's a decent chance that it's because I'm muted for a second. The place we seek is just ahead at the Chlorophos. At that thing. At the Chlorophisgrot? The Chlorophisgrot. You see, Argus cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. You did the deed too, eh? Who? Huh? Someone's talking to me. Argus cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. You would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. Yeah, you know what's going on. It's crazy how many people I'm running into who are on the same quests as me now. Am I like way taller than you? I am way taller than you. Tie-in, yes, we gotta set this right. Hit a quick old dance and yeet. Dude's randomly RPing with me, I respect it, but I don't know, kinda silly. But hell yeah. Yes, here will do nicely. The lunar spongoi draw ether from the ground, which is then dispersed in the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argus to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the spongoi along? You're doing great, Thancred. What does Thancred have to say? He must always feel so left out. The guard of Zodiar's prison, eh? Blood-red eyes, slavering maw, and built like a behemoth, I'd imagine. Let's hope he's friendly. Yeah, you don't gotta worry about that. Who's a good boy? Argus manifests in a flash. He seemed glad to see you again. A most fascinating creation of Heidelin's, would you not agree? Should the need arise, he's even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. Though I assure you it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. No, Argus was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when last he showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. Is that right, boy? Who's a good dog? As for your companions, even Thancred gets one. Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe we're all ready. Then let us Turn outside that you may cross the chasm. Only dogs can fly on the moon. Their little tippy taps are so loud. Our destination is a structure there across the Cradle of Darkness. But climb onto Argos's back, and he will take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber in the event of Zodiark's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together, you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways, but know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side, so perhaps it would be best if we did not go all at once. I propose the two of us cross first while Thancred and Urianger wait here. Let's go. Onward. You just don't want to see that. You just don't want them to see how much fun you're having riding at the dog. Malefic ether yet permeates the crater, remnants of Zodiark most like. What's that crater? Just a little further. The structure is enormous, and though this is hardly surprising given the size of the average Amorite. Apologies for the wait. Right then, let us head inside and... Oh? What the dog's doing? Most intriguing. The means by which he serveth energy, mayhap? Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account, helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argos. We'll take things from here. Or stay here where it's safe, alright? We'll take things from here. If Argos is to remain without, let us not keep him waiting over long. Big door. Big space station. Voice-acted cutscene, please. Please.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
I'm going to definitely need pizza while this plays. Never mind, we have bunnies. When can I play as one? Make them playable now, Yoshi P. Are they bunnies or are they mice? I feel like they're actually more mice. No, they're bunnies. They got the fluffy tail. Me too, buddy.
Look lively, everyone! I know, this 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance, for Zodiac, alas, is no more. As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose, to bear the people of Aetheris to safety! Our time has come, my friends! We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstation
Your guests
to
have
be
already arrived.
immaculate. And don't forget to relay our signal to Aetheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
"'Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps."
Perhaps.
I could see that. A hairy situation. They must be the Loperites mentioned in the Watcher's records. Not at all what I expected, but the Watcher did bid us heed their counsel. I assume the one that gave that rousing speech was their leader, though we might have to ask about in order to track them down. Come on then, let's be about it. Where are you? Fighting way, dancing way, trading way. The leader of the crew? Not me, I'm afraid. Singing Way's my name. I'm in charge of the construction and maintenance of the atmospheric circulation system. Only the crispest, cleanest air for the people of Aetheris, and that's our promise. He said, "Where are you?" Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Leader? No. Sleeping Way. My job is... perhaps I'd better ask. You go, buddy. You know what, Weaving Way, you don't need a job. You're fine just the way you are. Or Sleeping Way, not Weaving Way. Weaving Way back there is a very important job to do. Thingway, what do you do? We're all going to die someday, so what if it happens a little sooner? A nihilism rabbit. What? How in that? When did you get here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told? I'm telling you now. Take me to your leader. Were you the one giving orders earlier? I'm gonna hum. What? What was that supposed to be? Your humming, if one can even call it that, is atrociously off-key. It should sound more like this. As leader of the Loperids, I cannot allow substandard attempts at musicality to go unremarked, even if you are a guest. But being the magnanimous sort that I am, I'll forgive you this once. Well, well, looks like you beat us here. Isn't that usually how it goes? Your friends, I take it? Is this all of them? All of us that are here, yeah. There's a big angry guy, but don't let him go. A group composed entirely of children. What must their parents be thinking? Huh? This isn't a nursery after all. Though perhaps we should build one. Or did we build one already? No matter, you needn't worry your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. But goodness me, we shouldn't be standing around gawping. I must take you to meet the others. If you could run along back to the entrance, you'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way to reach it, but it's the large glowing ball at the center, if you should find yourselves lost. I shall gather the others and meet you there. All of them? Well then, back to the upper floor it is. There we are.
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. Ahem. My name is Livingway, and we are the Loperids, created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Atheris to a brave new world.
Can we just go back to my regular old
More
world?
specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Livingway's the name, map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it. The people of Aetherius, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiark's obliteration. Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents sent you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations. Still not following? No? Very well, I shall elaborate further. Here, we have Aetherius, your home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiark around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Aetherius, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected. Imagine, if you will, that Aetherius is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Aetherius, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star. Easier said than done, admittedly, for one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim, which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Hydaelyn. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings. And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Help? From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges?
They are really silly. They're making it seem like this is not
You're
the
still
worst.
Adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women. And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon?
We let ourselves in.
Hydaelyn herself led you here. You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Like little baby carrot people.
Well,
They're all grown except
Amarantines
Thancred,
were
that's
a
just
great
all
deal
guy.
taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher?
Now everyone's closer to, like, Thancred's height.
Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Atheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages.
And it's all wrong.
I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it?
Oh no. Oh no. Please tell me this ship isn't made for people of our size.
Building Way, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy. Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale.
Oh no.
All of them. Yes, all of them, and but me no buts. See to it with all speed.
What is
Perhaps you could
happening?
tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes.
They
yes,
made
in
everything-
due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
They made it too big. They built everything on the ship to Amorite Ancient One scale. They made everything like Hythlodaeus Watcher sized. Which, need to remind you, we come up to their knees. The tall friend scale? Yes, the tall friend scale. They made everything to that scale. Living Way, no. We're all small now. Little guys making big things, now they got a small one. They made everything too big. That explains, you know, when we walked in I was like, huh, there's a lot of empty space. They could have condensed this a little bit. Would have saved them probably a lot of time, considering the fact that they're all little guys. But now it all makes sense. They didn't know. Look at this little control panel. It's the size of like 2 of me. The buttons are bigger than my hands. Right then, now that you're here, we need you to teach us all about you. Jesus Christ. Now that you're here, we need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before the final days are upon us in all their terrible grandeur, so it is imperative that we are prepared to receive our passengers to be. If there is anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. Living way and mapping way. And address it we shall. Here at Bestway's Burrow, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. We have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Meet me at the Caratorium, and we'll see about filling your bellies. She does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of the theorist running to its core being a matter of course is rather concerning, though. Nevertheless, let us take this opportunity to learn more about the Loperites in this vessel. And have some carrots. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, way. Is it down there? Yeah, it's down there. That's a really long fall. I think Napping Way is my favorite. The fact that they don't even know what their job is. It's so real. Yawning Way, Hopping Way. Hold on, what's the difference between Yawning Way and Napping Way? Oh, I must have dozed off. What was I supposed to be doing again? Okay, you're literally, like, exactly the same person, and I love that for both of you. The robots have bunny ears! What is happening? What is this hell? Welcome to the Caratorium. Here we create prototypes of the various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuff production. Cooking Way. Pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I have learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference materials we received. Why, I've practically worn the words from those invaluable pages. Naturally, we've also considered ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. Oh, I accidentally double skipped! I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up and we're all quite famished. Incredible. Taste of the Moon. Hold on, I accidentally double skipped and I don't want to miss stuff. I'll find it while I'm walking. Oh, they were just saying hop along the platforms here. You'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. Are they up? I'm glad that they made these steps capable for me to jump on at least. Blasting Way? What do you mean? This doesn't require a debate. We have work to do, so quit dragging your feet and get to it. You open the storage unit and find a rainbow-colored assortment of carrots. Which one will you choose? The unassuming orange carrot, the peculiar-looking blue carrot, the vibrant yellow carrot, the ominous crimson carrot. I want the ominous crimson carrot. The soft texture and redolent aroma of this crimson creation belie its staggering weight. The excessive length and girth only compound the mystery, leaving you perplexed as to the nature of this carrot. I would like to eat this carrot. On second thought, you elect to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cookingway whether it's safe to eat first. The world is ending. The world is ending, like, very soon. And we're here, tasting giant carrot. I'll fight the robot. What is this music? No way! It's classic Final Fantasy music. I know that there was, in Final Fantasy IV, that was the only one I played that had a Loper in it. So, did any of our selections set your mouth to watering? Obscenely large carrot. Even Viera are like to swoon at the sight of so grand a carrot. That or be offended by all those who assumed that they would. Ah, yes, a fine choice. One of my personal favorites, actually. Please, dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think. Okay. Eat the obscenely large carrot. With great trepidation, you take a bite out of the carrot. The carrot is oddly tender, but as you begin to chew, a rich aroma fills your nostrils. A newfound vigor begins swelling within you. The rumbling of your stomach, however, suggests it may simply be indigestion. I'm dying. What did you think? Unlike anything you've ever tasted, yes? The iron carrot can be a bit difficult to digest, but the boost to endurance it provides makes it the perfect meal for a day of heavy lifting. It must be Bunny when I go to the moon. I cannot go to moon if I am not Bunny. We have plenty of other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. What if I don't like carrots? You don't like carrots? Oh, you must mean you don't like them served in this fashion. Worry not. We have pureed versions on hand if you haven't the time to chew. I take it you two had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and not else. If I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Aetheris? Surely you were aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you could emulate. Of course we are, but well, It was only quite recently that we had established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instruction. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for that encyclopedia I found, we would have been at a loss where to begin. So we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. That's all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways. But our primary concern was efficiency, and what's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production? A rather strange approach to take for one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we were all named in the old tongue. You know, that otherwise impenetrable the otherwise impenetrable vernacle the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language. Adverbs, gerunds, present continuous verb conjugations, just the basics. Then, we found the terms related to our given task, and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore didst thy kind deem such a change necessary? When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. They'll never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though, if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetheris as well, you would be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one I pray come sooner than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. I'm gonna lose my mind. So why are you so small and stunted like little baby carrot people? I'm a yeet it out an airlock. Oh my god. I think we've had our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to other necessities, shall we? Our clothing production is sure to impress. This way. I got purple carrot juice. A hearty and healthful beverage prepared from the pulp of purple carrots and pixie apples. Oh god, I'm losing my mind. At least they're starting to see why none of this place makes sense. This is the best game of all time. Ooh, what are those pretty looking plants? Here we are, the apparel production station. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods for this task. Creation magic. Heidelin, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the selfsame affinity for magic her people possessed. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but I will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized ether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra vis we needed. My, how resourceful. Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You will also be impressed to hear we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For the sake of efficiency, I presume, this has also been taken into account with our designs. But why take my word for it when you can simply try on our clothes? Make yourselves known to the workers and they will see to the rest. I'm in danger. Whatever this is about to be really cute. I don't know if I can take it. Ah, it's you, one of the visitors from Aetheris. Goodness me, Mappingway wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than the Watcher. Oh right, you're here to try on a set of clothes, yes? What would you have me fashion for you today? An outfit that embodies my bloodlust. Something simple yet functional. A fashionable and refined ensemble. Make me stylish. Fashionable. Right. This will only take a moment. Why do I get the feeling that they're all the same outfit? I'm gonna scream. My glamour! There we are. All finished. A perfect fit if I do say so myself. I'll be honest, I know nothing of fashion, let alone fashion on Aetheris, but I'd wager no one down there has ever worn anything like this fine ensemble. Perhaps you can start a new trend. This is why I only like Doctor Who's clothes. Would you look at that? Speechless, and here I thought you may not like. If you've a mind to try something else, why not speak with my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'd be happy to oblige. Certain duties require you to don a disguise to complete quest objectives. You may only remain disguised for a limited time, indicated by the guise status effect. Should the guise status effect expire, or you stray too far from the objective, you will lose your disguise. You may return to the starting location to refresh the duration of the guise. You, up there, I need a new outfit now. Now! Give me back my glamour! Why are you able to come up here? You can't jump. Ah, no one said you'd be coming. How can I help you? You wish to try my clothes? Really? Of course, it would be my honor. Did you have anything in mind? Got anything with a little more flair? I'm looking for clothes with an altogether different design. Surprise me. Surprise me. I think I can handle that. Let's see. This should do. I look like if La Habrea had a pimp phase. Some of my best work yet. It's a relatively new concept, incorporating an idea that's never been tried with clothing before. Fragrance. Can you smell the carrots? Ah, simply divine. I was worried how the concept would turn out when put to the proof, but it looks stunning on you. Won't you go and show Livingway? I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with. I think it's very important to note that neither of them were named either Clothing Way or Fashion Way. Cheetah print and feathers. Why? Because they're both animals. Cheetahs hunt birds, so they would have, like, feathers on them, right? Like, they probably have feathers sticking out of their fur. Right. Right. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose my mind. I like the mask, though. The mask is the only decent part. And I don't think I'd even wear it, because I like Chris's face. Although these, I wear these on my red mage. And now you're making me hate it. My, don't we look splendid? The result of much trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. Shh, you needn't speak. I can see your adoration for the moon and wheel operates in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same, having sampled our creations. Please, please let me see them all. Please? Where are they? Sorry to have kept you waiting. They insisted we sample all of their concepts ere we returned. Verily, 'tis an ensemble most becoming. Yours kinda works. Why do we all have the same mask? We look like the Power Rangers. If the Power Rangers had $0 in their budget. I think it's past time we returned these clothes. Banquet is just Chris's, but a little better. Yeah. I was so confident our garments would meet with your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? The Watcher taught us that in his time, everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but... Please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Aetheris, they will most likely have need of your attire. 'Tis clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my tastes, even if it is of inferior make. But there are others whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experience. Rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences. I fear we've underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we'd memorized every tome we received, I doubt we'd have fared much better. Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and frippery, thinking it was for your benefit when you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree. People who prefer to keep others at arm's length, even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Heidelim's love for Aetheris, and the salvation of the people on that star, and that star alone, has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all. I have good news for you. There's only 8 now. I suppose you're right. Living Way. Might we have leave to explore Bestway's burrow unattended? You've given us much to think about. Why, certainly. Until later, then. If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. It was actually something I wish to speak with you about. Let's be off, shall we? Sweetie, I'm talking about shards of... Okay. Yeah, Pluto is a planet. I'm talking about the shards. My apologies. I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors come to Aetheris. From Aetheris, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Aetheris refuse to come? What if we can't save them? We've made a mess of things, stalking away. Oh, but wait, you still haven't visited the domiciles. Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is, I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleport into the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growing Way, by the way. See you soon. Never mind, Anxious Way. I'm gonna go crazy. I need to get off the moon now. I want to go home. Hail Mater Way. I'm about to make my way out of the stream way. There's a gemstone trader over here I want to get. My trading way. You're here. You are really here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry, what should I call you? Chris. Chrysanthemum Ilmater, eh? Crikey, even your names are amazing. Well, Chris, we'll be using this teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready. Let's go.
Ready in the teleporter.
What happened?
Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Huh? Wait. Oh, I'm up here now.
A private audience, as thou didst request. For reasons I know not.
Yurion J, you keep being shady. Every expansion.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
It would be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of the Undyne.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting.
We did, though.
If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Atheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work.
You did give him the
Quite
best
good at
outfit.
pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too. You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
Idle musings.
Thank you for the tip.
'Tis no trifle, thou dost ask. Yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
Yeah, it won't happen again. I'm not letting you teleport me again. Poor Yurion J keeps getting roped into being like a shady dude. Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. Guess who voices growing way? Guess who? I have no idea. You're kidding me. Grahatia also voices Growing Way. Grahatia makes something grow, if you know what I mean. Hey, yo! Shame you couldn't see it, though. You really would have liked it. You now travel between the upper and lower floors via the teleporter. It may not seem like it, but we've been planning for this for far longer than I'd care to admit. Every time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But the one thing we can all agree upon was that the people of Aetheris wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to the necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. We've already had a visit around had a look around the Curatorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the burrow. Follow me! The teleporter can now be used to travel between floors. So can this. My way's faster. We love Jonathan Bailey in this house. Man, I can't believe that Growing Way got Sexiest Man Alive 2025. That's crazy. Good, you're here. Through this door is the Greatest Ends Veil. It was named as such because it's the veil to end all veils, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand the people of Aetheris enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain? This way. What do we think is going to be through this door? I don't think it's a forest. I don't think it's a forest the way we know forests. Oh, they're making me have a little bit of suspense. What is this? You have little tree lights? The Aetherites are gay? Did you have to include the cyber bunnies? Do you want to check out the pride section? So, what do you think of the forest? Isn't it positively pleasant? Simply sublime? I couldn't see the forest or the trees. Wait, you don't mean those crystals out there, are? 'Tis as transcendent as burying your face in a chocobo's plumage and taking a good long whiff. We'll go with that one. Yeah, thumbs up. You really think so? Truly? Hearing you say that means more to me than you know. Personally, I'd say this place is the pride of the burrow. Really? The pride of the burrow. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. The information sent by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as that you'd find in a forest on Aetheris. The fountain here behind us, powered by the rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making it the most spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I can literally see, like, distinct sides on it. Growing Way. Jonathan Bailey. Please. Enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a nice spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. You look like you could do with a stretch yourself. Stretch. D100 looking crystal. It's the spirit. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight worth the many years spent building this place. If it's not too much to ask, it's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from the Theris. Could we? Maybe? This is not the Jonathan Bailey character I wanted to date. You will? Oh, be still, my quivering heart. Alright, Growing Way, let's go for a walk. And by a walk, I mean I'm literally sprinting. I was thinking, Chris, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiark, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Hydaelyn gave us our first task. Furnish the moon with repulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. It sounds impressive, and I suppose in some aspects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge of Hydaelyn, or all the knowledge Hydaelyn shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. Wait. 6,000 years? That means Emmett lied to me. He hasn't lived 1,000 of my lifetimes. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who could have thought that we'd need 4,000 years to make all this? It certainly wasn't work you dare rush, either. We had to create infrastructure and countless support systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was that brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt, when that bizarre red satellite was sent up from Aetheris. The Alligans mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiark. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can't tell you how relieved we were when Hydaelyn informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joyous humming that day. Something else was quivering too. I'm gonna scream. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're massive crystals, and not trees. I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Along with the device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so better even. The sun and similar celestial bodies in the Great Expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from the energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather, a close approximation of it. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees have ever so slightly different curvature. Yes indeed, this forest truly is the greatest. You guys really put a whole lot of work into this place, huh? There was something else I wanted to tell you about. Oh, right. The propulsion systems and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Which was all well and good, except we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Aetheris. Why not go and visit Aetheris yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the results could be disastrous. Then, there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Hydaelyn. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people on Aetheris we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. Yes, we are. We're very fortunate. Thank you, Growing Way. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited, hopeful Hydaelyn would find someone who needed help, or who would help us. Eventually, she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. I knew you would like the greatest Emsvale. I knew it. Thank you again for coming here, by the way. I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. There you are. I take it you've already received the grand tour? A shame we missed it. Growing Way, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Someone is sus. Really, I can't imagine why you need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you all are more than welcome to continue looking about the burrow. Now, come along, Growing Way. Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with our guide. Did you learn anything of import? They've been here for a long time. They spent 12,000 years preparing for this. With the appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or mean to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There is another matter which yet begs for mine attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Nay, that will not be necessary. If you'll excuse me. Yeah, I don't think people are gonna buy into this. It is clear now that difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Aetheris is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections, and I trust I'm not alone in my reticence. I can win. Da-da-da-da-da. Enhanced Living Shadow. 420! Oh yeah. Back to old tricks. Did Urianger seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Y'shtola and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps we can catch up to him. I don't think that many people on Aetheris would actually go in for this. Like, it would just be such a different life that I don't think they'd be willing to leave, even knowing that the world was ending. The only hope these guys would really have is if they would be able to get to somewhere else very soon. Because all those people crammed onto this ship, they're not gonna make it. Like, they will not be okay. Plus, I mean, I'd rather fight for our world. Like, I feel like that's the point of the game. Urianger appears to be heading towards the entrance to Bestway's Burrows. Everybody be careful, there's a dinosaur on the ship. Please. Please. Oh. A little bit of forced perspective. Urianger ventures off into Mare Lamentorum for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. Oh, no. Not again. Not again. Argos, protect me. He can't know I'm here. I'm just petting the dog. gonna turn at the end of the bridge, probably. Or not. Oh, there it is. Who's there? Oh, he running. Why you running? What are you afraid of? I tried to do a little silly dance for him to see if that would throw him off, but it didn't. Are you for real? You can see me from that far away? I hate these stealth missions so much. Girls ninja stealth through it? You can't. I wish. That would make so much sense. But the game's not that smart. Like, I will give it a shot. However... yeah. He still sees you. Doesn't make any sense to me, but, you know, it's whatever. It's just the worst quest design in the game. And they waited until Endwalker to do it, and apparently they're still doing it. Your Hyunjae's been eating the carrots. His eyesight's too strong. Can you see me from there, Yuri Hyunjae? I have to be so far away that his name can't even, like, be visible. And then at the end, I just have to run in. Finally. And then you're just gonna walk up to him
Arrival
anyway?
is timely as ever.
What was the point of me sneaking? What was the point? I hate this.
Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume? 'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless,
Again.
I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity. When Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Minfilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the Scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter.
That wasn't your fault.
Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives. Ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians.
He's still heard about it.
In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today.
You couldn't have known.
Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning. One which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
The dreadful algebra. Sometimes there's no right answer. Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Take heart and protect well those you can. Would that we had time to weigh the costs. Have faith in yourself and your decisions.
Sage counsel indeed. I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly. I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed.
Yeah.
But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of mine own. A plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone. That failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me, with proffered hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy amity, and so I ask, wouldst thou join me in my endeavor? You don't even need to ask. One second, please. Okay. I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan. In truth, we shall not be away long. From Bestwaysboro. Difficult decisions must needs be made in the coming days, but I, nevertheless, believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Aetheris. To make clear our resolve to the Loperids, I would offer them a gift. But its making doth require a most singular ingredient. One that's right over this hill here. You want to give them a funny plant? Ah, an abundance of spongoi. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiark's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by the new Mo, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic requireth considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch whilst I perform the incantation? You're not very powerful. I'm far stronger than you can ever be. More bad guys. Surveying the nearby area, you see no sign of potential threats. This would be a good opportunity to see how Urian J is faring. Urian J, how are you faring? He remains fixated on his work. A magic ink. Oh. Come on. It will be just one moment. Stream is catching up. There. 'Tis done. A magic ink. Every yarn's as efficacious as that crafted by the Numo. Rare is the occasion I would conjure mine own, but is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is, admittedly, possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue was one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loperites will appreciate. Chrysanthemum, Urian J. Oh, thank goodness, I thought you had been eaten, or had perhaps fallen into a crater. Y'shtola has been looking all over for you, Chris. She says she needs to speak to you about something most urgent. Dire, even. She has also been quite clear that she wishes to speak with Chrysanthemum alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Urian J. But worry not, it just so happens we need your help with an errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestway's Burrow. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loperites, and we would ever be so grateful if you could lend us a hand. That's convenient. Suspiciously convenient. Are you insinuating I would betray the trust of Hydaelyn's Chosen? Or worse, do anything to risk getting on Y'shtola's bad side? She's clearly not one to be crossed, nor made to wait. Now, off with you. Worry not, Chris. I shan't be long. This way. Had to remember where I came from. I'm just gonna teleport, actually. Hello? No. No! Well. Looks like that's all for today. Hopefully by tomorrow, the servers will learn to behave. But I guess I will call it for now. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Bye!